I'll never forget the day that I was driving down the highway and the question hit me right between the eyes for the very first time. If Sunday didn't exist, would anyone know as a follower of Christ? And so if I couldn't go to a building called the church, or if I couldn't point to a building called the church where I usually attend on Sundays, or if I couldn't work at a place called the church, if I couldn't point to my Sunday religious activities as evidence of my faith, would anyone know as a follower of Jesus? See, I'm a recovering Sunday Christian. For the first 20 years of my life or so, I lived a Sunday faith, and I was committed to it, and I was good at it. I showed up at the building every Sunday morning and every Sunday night, but I just never understood how my faith was supposed to transfer from Sunday into Monday and beyond. And so even now, as a pastor and author, the question still is a bit uncomfortable. If Sunday didn't exist, would anyone know that I'm a follower of Christ? It's a question we should all ask ourselves, and I know it can be a bit uncomfortable. But as I began to wrestle with that question and do some self-reflection, I began furiously writing, and the result of that was this book called Real, Becoming a 24/7 Follower of Christ. Now, the purpose of this book is not to make you wonder if you're in or if you're out, or if you're saved or you're not saved. But it's very similar to my friend Kyle Latimann's book, Not a Fan, in that it's designed to stir up this sense of holy discontent inside of us about status quo Christianity. I mean, I think you know Jesus didn't come from heaven to earth just to make safe, polite church people who meet inside of a building on one day of a week called Sunday. No, he came and invited us to follow him in this passionate, intimate relationship. That we'd be this people that would follow him with a sense of wild abandon. That we'd be a people a lot like the people in the first church. See, Acts chapter 17 tells us that the church in that day was accused of turning the world upside down in the name of Jesus, and they were guilty as charged. And I would love for that same accusation to be made about me and about you and about us and about the churches we're invested in. But for someone to accuse us of turning the world upside down in the name of Jesus, then our commitment to and love for and passion for Jesus would have to be obvious and evident and palpable and unmistakable, even if Sunday didn't exist.